You guys are my goddamn friends. You don't have to trick me.
Alright, let me tell you this story over here. We're gonna powwow at the wigwam.
Should I sit? Can this bitch listen to our conversations?
I don't want her to.
Let me go. Talk her into leaving.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you.
You might want to get out of here, please. I'm trying to have a conversation. Can you go?
I'm trying to talk to my friend here. Do you
Head
mind?
that way. Head that way. Keep going, bitch. Yeah, that's right. She's gone. I got her. Don't worry.
Okay. So it was a dark and stormy night. It wasn't really. Okay, so I want to go get my wife of like 30 fucking years or some shit. I want to get her something that she's been wanting. Just pick something up, early Valentine's Day gift. She wants a new water pipe because, you know, that's legal, but she was using it for medicinal purposes and whatnot for a long fucking time.
Water pipes are also awesome.
Yes, her current bong is gross and dirty and difficult to clean, so she needs a new one. I go to a head shop that she's been looking at online on Facebook or some shit, and it's local. It's real close by. So I'm like, dude, I could hoof it over there. That's not part of the story. That was just a bonus.
Comely lad number 2.
Bonus.
Expert storyteller.
So where was I? Because I'm about ready to talk shit about somebody. I'm not I'm not doing too well myself.
You were explaining that you were picking one up. And you said hers was dirty.
Hers was real dirty. Like I'm not gonna continue.
You just done with the story?
Oh, that sound means we're out of time, folks. Okay, so I go down to this place, and it's got a giant flag that says, like, smoke shop hanging out the fucking side of it. And it's like, okay, I guess this is the place. So there's a guy out there that's token, and there's a guy out there that's sweeping.
He's black?
Good night, everybody.
Now, see, if this were old topical creamer, we absolutely would end the show right there and never speak of this again. Hey, she came back. I told her never to come back.
I heard you. You did.
There.
You clicked her in the face, bruv.
There, she's gone. You can continue your story.
So, I go in there, and the guy that was toking outside, not toking, the guy that was toking outside, he comes and he's like, hey, is it what you need, man? And I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and look around for a little bit. And I'm like, I'm okay with, like, I'm used to the head shop speak, where it's like you can barely understand him.
Yeah.
I'm used to the common shit. So I go in and I start looking around, and again, he opens up the door a few minutes later, goes, you just let me know if you need anything, man. I go, okay. And he starts to close the door, and I go, actually, hang on. Let me ask you a question. He goes, all right, hang on. And he, like, proceeds to try to prop the door open with his foot and continue to send, like, a message while he's trying to talk to me. And already, like, just breathing is too many actions for this guy. So him trying to do any kind of messaging is out of the question. So he drops his phone and breaks it. Like, huge crack in the screen. Just giant. It's like it's you can't fix this shit. It's gonna fucking have to be replaced. And he picks it up and he like shows me. He goes, "Oh, stupid phone," because obviously it's not user error.
Yeah, it's the phone's fault.
It's the phone's fault. And then he drops it the fuck again, trying to show me the shit that's on it. And I'm like, "Oh man, that's a bummer." Anyway, can you help me with my thing over here? Because I'm curious. Do you have a such and such that looks like such and such and so and so? because she wants something that's easy to clean. So I don't want like a giant like dog dick knot in the bong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Nope.
I start asking him like, "Do you have this?" And he goes, "Whoa, what are you looking for?" So I repeat myself again, and he goes, "Yeah, let me show you some." So he comes back there and he tries to sell me on the glass units, and I live in a house with absolutely no carpet, so a glass unit is not
Out of the question.
fucking feasible. Yeah. So I tell him, no, we need a plastic piece and whatnot, and he starts to show me some cool things. Now, two things happen. I said I want something that is easy to clean without any kind of bulb around the fucking. I just want a straight up cylindrical bong. That's all I want. Just something easy. Put crap in, smoke, get it going. It's plastic. That's all I want.
Aye.
So he pulls out a green, which is not the color of that I specified. I specified like pink or something girly like that. So he brings out a fucking green bong with a giant fucking bulb in the center. It would be hard as fuck to clean. And he goes, "Look, this one has a grinder at the bottom." And I'm like, "Well, that's cool."
That's neat,
I didn't
yeah,
ask
but
for that.
I didn't come here for you to show me some neat bongs. I came here for something very specific.
So I said, I had to pick and choose what I was gonna start in with first. So I was like, all right, the color. Do you have anything actually, that's more girly? And he was like, yeah. And he finally busts out this orangish pink one, where it's pink in some way you hold it, and orangish in another.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's cool. But it's even more intricate around the fucking cylinder. It's like an octagonal cylinder with like spirals down the fucking cylinder. And I'm like, this is worse and harder to clean, and and it's got the grinder, and he shows me, like, it's got the grinder too. And I'm like, I don't care about the fucking grinder, because it's a plastic grinder, and that shit's gonna break soon.
I didn't come here for a grinder. Hey, he's telling a story. It's a private conversation. Move along, sir.
You keep walking.
Keep walking.
Eating your fucking bagel and drinking your coffee.
This guy's on a phone. Are you looking at someone else?
No, you pointed at this guy, and he dropped his coffee and walked away.
Yeah, that's right. Keep moving along. Okay. Go ahead. You can continue. It's safe.
Thank you. I appreciate you keeping these undesirables away. So he goes, I say, look, this one, while the color is more along the lines of what I'm asking for, this one's going to be pretty hard to clean. So, and he goes, nah, and he like takes the whole fucking thing apart, right? Uh-huh. And this is the first thing. This is the thing I neglected to mention. The first bong that he fucking brings out, the green one, and shows me about the fucking grinder and everything, he drops and nearly breaks and nearly cracks. And he picks it back up and he puts it all back together and he puts it back into the box, because apparently every time I ask to see something, he needs to take it out of the fucking box and show me every single piece. So when he pulls out the orangish pink one, he like is showing me all the shit that it does, and it's the same fucking thing as the other one. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, it's gonna be hard to clean. And he goes, no, look, and he like takes it apart and is dropping all of the parts. So first the grinder part comes off and falls on the ground, and then he pulls the plug off that's supposed to keep the water into the fucking section, and he fucking drops that part, and he goes, oh, did you see where that part went? I'm on the other side of a fucking glass counter that's completely covered in paraphernalia. I see jack shit on my end of this. And I said, I think it fell down there. And I gesture
in the
broadly.
general direction.
And he goes, oh, there it is. Yeah, thanks. So that's great. Fine, I helped him out find that shit. And then I'm telling him it's going to be hard to clean, and even from what he showed me, so he pulls the stem out and puts it in his mouth and blows through it. Like he licks his, like he makes it was almost sexual, but he like licks his lips and he puts it in his mouth and he like fucks his mouth a few, like 2 or 3 times, like it was like 2, so there, and he blows through it, and he's like, see, like that's easy to clean, right? And he goes, make sure you clean that off before you before you use it. I'm like, yeah, that's great. I'm not gonna buy that one, but great. So he goes to like put it all away because I'm like, that's not really what I'm looking for either. And he starts to drop all the shit again. So I'm like, all right, I think I see where this is going, because this cat, during him switching out from the green bong to the pink bong and then trying to show me another one that I assume had a grinder attached to it, he's fallen asleep like 6 times. This is not a guy that is high off his ass. This is a guy that is on opiates. He is heroined up, and he is falling asleep on his feet, just fucking out. And you've seen that before, where it's like they pass out and they're just like wavering kind of in the wind and the breeze, but there's no breeze, but you feel it because they feel it because they're on heroin.
Exactly. Where it's that hunched over, their head is just down and looking off in a random direction. One arm is pulled up near their chin and the other arm is just swinging on its own.
Yeah, and this guy is doing just that, and he goes to like put away the orangish pink one, and he almost knocks over the entire wall full of glass paraphernalia. And I'm like, a few times during this transaction, I'm just like, dude, are you okay? You know me, I don't give 2 shits about people, but this guy is obviously in a bad way, and I'm like, look, are you alright? Do you need to sit or something? He's like, nah, I'm good. And he goes to pull his phone out, and he looks at it almost like he doesn't recognize what happened to it.
Because he
like
forgot
a few
it
moments
broke.
ago. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and tell my wife what you guys have in stock, and I'll see if she wants to make that compromise on that grinder issue that you're wanting to push so fucking hard. So do you guys have a card or anything? And he pulls out his phone again, and he goes, I'll tell you what, we'll call her right now, we'll ask her. And I'm like, for one, I don't think your phone's gonna work right now, the way you're hoping it's gonna work. And for another, I'll just, like, I have the only phone, I lied to him. I'm like, I have the only phone in the house, so you're gonna just reach me, and that's not gonna help anyone. And I'm like, I'll just go ahead and go, and I'll come back tomorrow. And I leave. As I'm going to make my exit, and I'm telling this guy, hey, no, I'll ask the wife about some shit. Some white lady, like super upper class white lady, walks in a business suit and shit, and she goes to the other fucking register and is like waiting, very prim and proper. And the other employee that was outside sweeping comes in, like, oh shit, that's almost like boss lady. And we cross paths, and I say, hey, have a nice day, because, I'm nice like that. And he goes, hey, thanks, and he kind of looks at me weird. And I walk out. I'm almost down to the street, walking away from the establishment, and I hear, hey man, and it's the heroin guy. And he runs up to me, and he goes, my brother's just mad because I was thinking with my eyes closed back there. Like, we're old buddies, and I'm gonna be like, what's your brother's problem, man? You're just thinking with your eyes closed back there.
Not like you're gonna say,
sale.
Who the fuck is your brother? Who the fuck are you? What does that mean? What's going on? And why are you talking to me?
So he's like, you want, like, what were you looking for? He asked me, again, out on the street, what I was looking for after we just had like a 10-minute conversation about just that exact topic, what I was looking for. So I went, it's okay, it doesn't look like you guys have the right kind of stock that my wife is looking for, and I'm breaking this down in front of a bunch of people at a restaurant that's right by. I'm like, you don't have the right kind of stock she's looking for. She wants a basic cylindrical shit. All you have is shit with like a complicated bulb around there, so she doesn't want it. And he goes, I'll change it for you, man. I'm like, yeah, well, you figure out how to change the composition of fucking molded plastic. Like, you get on that, and I'll be back tomorrow. He goes, all right, you coming back tomorrow? I'm like, I'm coming back tomorrow. You get on trying to figure out how to remold that plastic. He's like, all right. And he goes fucking harrowing off into the sunset. And that's the last I fucking saw of him. But here's an interesting postscript. I got a hat from a homeless guy at a recycling center, and it's a Nicaraguan hat with like a gecko walking through a bunch of jizz splotches.
Yeah, it's
and I love that
covered in
hat.
cum.
It's covered in cum. And I'm wearing that hat, and I'm getting annoyed with this dude on heroin that's supposed to be working the smoke shop and can't fucking, and for all intents and purposes, lost a fucking sale.
Uh-huh.
Because if you know me, I will compromise on some shit and go, here, I got it for you. It's in, it may not be exactly what you want, but I'll get it for you eventually. You could use it in the meantime. No, he lost even a polite sale like that.
Uh-huh.
And so, but he was wrapped in a Palestinian scarf.
Like one of those things on the neck?
Well, that's what a scarf is, I would imagine. But it just said, like, Palestine on it, and it was the Palestinian. That bitch is back.
What?
That bitch came back.
Fucking bitch. I'll kill you in front of your mother.
Kill the mom, too. Set an example for these fatties. Oh, shit.
Cops are onto us.
They're onto you. I'm telling a story. But yeah, so we have this guy who's not Nicaraguan wearing a Nicaraguan cum stain hat. And against this Palestinian heroin user that's out on his feet. And we came together one night and tried to make a sale, and we failed. It wasn't in the cards for us that day. So I walked away disappointed. He walked away probably fired and disappointed.
What if he didn't work there to begin with?
He's adopting, like, my brother. Why are the cops shooting me?
Because I'm
Don't hide
standing
behind me. I like how he doesn't work there, and the other guy comes in. He's like, "Hey, get out of here!" And he comes running after me, going, "My brother's just mad because I was resting my eyes." Cunt.